Welcome to Mount Diablo Unitarian Church. Please rise in body or spirit for our gathering song. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We're going to do 2 times through. I'm going to rise on a chair.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good to you wherever you are. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Tidings for Christmas. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding. Let her cheer. Won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring it right here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to our service. I'm the Reverend Leslie Takahashi, and I'm delighted to welcome you here to our Christmas Eve service. Is there anyone out there who's the least little bit excited? Anyone? Anyone want to wiggle for just a minute? Yeah, that's great. We're really glad that you're here. And it is really wonderful to have you here tonight. And if you're visiting, please feel free to ask folks around you about who we are, or you can certainly fill out a visitor's card in our hall afterward, where we hope you'll join us for some snacks after the service. It is wonderful to be able to gather together on this very special night. So let's take a moment to just be really grateful for that. May these be the moments of which memories are made. Welcome to our Christmas Eve service. May the spirit of possibility be here with you tonight.
For so the children come, and so they have been coming. Always in the same way they come. Born of the seed of man and woman, no angels herald their beginnings. No prophets predict their future courses. No wise men see a star to show where to find the babe that will save humankind. Yet each night a child is born is a holy night.
Fathers and mothers, sitting beside their children's cribs, feel glory in the sight of a new life beginning. They ask, where and how will this new life end? Or will it ever end? Each night a child is born is holy. A time for singing, a time for wondering, and a time for worshiping.
So many musical gifts. We are so grateful. Now, I want to ask if there's anybody out there who's ever read the same story again. You know, you read this story and then you read it again, and maybe you've even read it again and again and again. Maybe there's some people sitting next to some people that aren't raising their hands that would like to raise their hands for them. So sometimes there are stories that we seem to need to hear again and again. And tonight we're going to tell a story, and the reason we're going to tell it is because it's a story about remembering that we want to be kind to one another. And it seems, in the world that we live in, that we can't hear that story enough times. To find ways not to hurt one another when we have conflicts, and to remember that everyone is wonderful, and you never know when someone might be born in some place we think of as not good enough that will lead us places we need to go. So we come together tonight because it's so good to do that, to hear a story about a baby and some animals and the magic of the night and good people who are waiting for a better world. Well, that's some of why we gather. We'll tell more in a little while. It's a very special evening, and we're glad that you're here. So I have some helpers who are going to help me tell our story, and we're going to get more as we go on. So could I get my first helpers up here to help tell our story? Whoops.
One to be Joseph, a carpenter, and one to be Mary, who's engaged to Joseph. I also need a donkey. Ooh, do we have a donkey volunteer coming up?
I think we do.
Ooh. Okay, come over here and let's get our costumes.
Right over there, little donkey. Look, right over there. I'm very fond of this donkey.
We can jump into that.
Rise in body or spirit, for the first Noel, which will be on the screen in a moment.
Okay.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields they keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. He rose up and saw a star shining in the east beyond and far, and to the earth he gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
All right. So, let's get you. Yeah. Here we go.
1, 2.
Yeah, you can hold your flashlight. All right. On Christmas Eve, we tell a story. Here is our ancient story with all our helpers. It begins this way. We hope some others of you will come up and help us.
In those days, long, long ago, a decree went out from the Emperor Caesar Augustus,
put
saying
back
that
in
all people had to be
the
registered
bottle.
so they could pay money to him as the ruler, which is not fun because many of them were very poor while he was very rich. Oh, and registered means having their name on a list so they could be bugged to pay money.
And the world we live in today, it still happens that sometimes people with a lot of money seem to get more while those with little suffer.
And among the people who were traveling to get away from these problems was Joseph, a carpenter, and Mary, his wife, who was going to have a baby, and a donkey, who is not technically a person. However, that's not important.
So we have those three folks, and now we're going to continue our story.
What are we gonna do?
All the people were required to go to the town where they had been born to register, put on a list that no one wanted to be on. For some reason, that meant a long journey. Joseph the carpenter had to go all the way from the town of Nazareth to Judea, to Bethlehem City, the city of David. He went with Mary, the woman who was planning to marry, because she was expecting a child. They started on their long journey, traveling by day and sometimes even by night. Their road lit only by stars.
Stars would be important to see by on those dark nights. So could everyone please hold up your hands like this, as if your hands are the twinkling stars? Joseph and Mary knew that this trip was not going to be fun, what with Mary almost ready to have her baby. At least they had a donkey, well, kinda, to keep them company, in which Mary could ride on if they got too tired. And so at least the twinkling stars made the road seem friendly, and that is true today. When you have a bad day, it's always good to know the stars are there, so keep twinkling, you stars.
At last, they reached Bethlehem, and wow, were they tired.
Thank you for the stars. Now that Joseph and Mary have reached Bethlehem, we can put our hands down.
When Joseph and Mary got to Bethlehem, they discovered that there was no room at the inn. That means no beds were left, no rooms, even though they were so tired from their long walks. And to make matters worse, the inn was the only place in town where travelers could stay. And because of the list, people were not friendly to strangers. I bet no one needs to say that this is still often true today.
I was just going to say that.
No need, and so the only place Mary and Joseph could find to take to shelter was in a stable cut in the side of a hill. So they settled in to sleep there among the animals, which was nice because the breathing of the animals made it warmer in the barn.
So we might need some animals. If anyone wants to come up and be some animals, we've got some animal. And you know, you could be an animal at any age, just saying.
I'm so tired and I need to rest. My baby will come soon, very soon.
All right, so as our animals are coming up, we're gonna keep looking for more animals. Does anyone want to be a cow or a horse or a cat or a dog or a pig or a mouse? If we have any other animals, they're all welcome, except for sheep because they have a special role later. So our connection with the animals are still a great comfort. Does anyone out there have a pet? That's a good see, there you go. The gentle animals welcomed Joseph and Mary into their stable. Okay. And while Julie is playing some music, we're going to get all our animals up here, just a little short piece. Thank you.
So please rise and body your spirit for, am I right? Angels
Nope.
we have heard on high?
Nope,
No.
we're waiting.
Okay, sorry.
We're just getting our animals up.
Just the waiting music.
Any other animals want to come up? We have other animal costumes. I think I see a few more animals coming up.
And then the time came for Mary to give birth. Remember, it was a stable, so when the baby was born, of course, there was no cradle for Mary to lay her baby in. But one of the cows was kind enough to lend her feeding trough, called a manger, for a cradle, and to put off dinner. And Joseph and Mary laid their new baby there among the hay.
Which reminds us of how precious new life is. If we have any babies here, we invite them to come up and join us. Any babies want to come up and just be up in this area with us? We'd love to have some babies coming up. We can celebrate them tonight.
And I think a real baby is.
Yeah, and there's a real baby, and I think we've got 2 real babies. Look at those babies. Yay.
And now I'm going to need a shepherd or 2 or 3 and some sheep. Do we have any volunteers to be shepherd or sheep?
We seem to have 1 sheep.
And I also need some angels. Oh, I see some folks walking up here to be angels and sheep. While we're getting them set up, let's sing. Andy, now we can.
Oh, now we're going to sing Angels We Have Heard on High. Please arise and body your spirit for Angels We Have Heard on High.
Be an angel.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er
In that region, there were shepherds who lived for months at a time out in the fields, watching over their flocks of sheep by night to keep them safe.
Some jobs are harder than others.
On this night, as the shepherds stood watch in their fields, a magnificent angel appeared suddenly before them. Not surprisingly, the shepherds were afraid, but the angel spoke, gently saying to them,
Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, laying in a manger.
And the other angels came because they were in the neighborhood, and angels are always looking for a chance to be helpful, in case we have any other helpful angels that would like to come up.
The magnificent angel cried out,
That's you.
Glory to God in the highest, and on earth goodwill to all people.
Because the world always, always needs more goodwill and peace. And this made all the animals wag their tails. Any animals have any tails that they can wag? Yes. Yes? Look at that. The shepherds are amazed.
Upon hearing the songs of the angel choir, the people and the animals said to one another, This is amazing. Let's go to Bethlehem and actually see the baby the angel told us about. And they traveled around the towns.
So we're going to have you all travel all the way. If you all will lead us, let's go all the way down here and around. We're going to go around? All of our babies.
So the shepherds went to Bethlehem with their sheep, and there they found Mary and Joseph and the new baby, just as that angel had told them. Afterwards, the shepherds would tell everyone what the angel had said to them about Mary and Joseph's new baby, and everyone who heard their story was amazed.
As for Mary, she knew her baby was wonderful, as parents still do, but she listened carefully to what the shepherds said and treasured all she heard in her heart. And the shepherds and the sheep gathered around the manger, admiring the new baby, which is right over there, the new baby. And they praised their God for the wonders of this new birth, and they prayed and hoped that what the angel said would come true, that there would be peace on earth and goodwill for all people, even the shepherds. And so we need a few wise people. Someone out there feels like they're a wise person.
And while our wise volunteers are coming up, I'd like to invite you to rise and join us in singing We Three Kings.
We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar. Field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of
after Jesus was born in Bethlehem, the 3 wise persons from the east came to Jerusalem, and they brought him the gifts that people give to wise ones, because the world always needs more wisdom.
We know because the world always needs more wisdom. And these wise persons asked, "Where is the child who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star in the east and have come to worship him." When the wise persons entered the stable and saw the new baby, they were overwhelmed with joy at this new life. They knelt down to worship him, and they presented their gifts.
And we might ask why. Why would all these people stand around for such a long time to admire a tiny new baby? Because, as we said, the world needs more peace and wisdom, and the birth of a child always brings hope for the future. In a world that can sometimes feel hopeless to us, we still look with hope to the future. In a world that sometimes, at each time a baby is born, we hope that that child will be someone who leads us to a better world, and we do what we can to make sure that that could be true. And every time we hear this story, every year, it reminds us that we must go out and work for peace and for justice. We, that's all of us, are the ones who are responsible for making sure that this world is a better place. We are. The world is a better place for all children and people and animals everywhere. So thank you for being part of this story. And now we're going to sing the carol that Ben played for us before, "O Christmas Tree." And we need you to go back to your seats because we're going to sing another song after that, and it'll be more fun if you're at your
Christmas
seats.
tree and jingle bells. Please rise
Two carols.
your spirit for O Christmas Tree and then Jingle Bells.
Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, how full are your branches. Boughs of tree, oh Christmas tree, how steadfast are your branches. Our boughs are green in summer's time, snows are fall winter time. Oh Christmas tree, how steadfast are your branches. Oh Christmas tree, what happiness befalls me. Oh Christmas tree, what happiness befalls me. And often joy is Christmas time, when forth inspires by song and rhyme. Oh Christmas tree, what happiness befalls me. Oh Christmas tree, your bells can teach a lesson. Oh Christmas tree, your bells can teach a lesson. A constant faith and hope sublime, that strength and comfort through all time. Oh Christmas tree, I'll learn a lesson.
Jingle bells, yes.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
All sound great. So sometimes people have more and sometimes they have a little, like we just heard in our story. And in Jesus' time, some people had money and others had to be born in a manger, and some things haven't changed that much. So in our community, too, we have cycles of need, and when we do, we have others that are willing to make sure that people have what they need. And we have a fund which is called the Minister's Discretionary Fund, which allows us to help as a congregation people who need food or shelter, gas or medicine or other kinds of care. So in these last years, we have used it more and more. The collection from both of the services tonight will go towards this very important fund. So I invite the ushers to please now take our offering. We are so grateful for all the gifts that our children and youth have given us tonight. Can we just thank all our musicians tonight for their gifts? Thank you. One of the things we're truly grateful for is the opportunity to gather as a multi-generational community, because this is something that doesn't happen that often in our world. It's more rare today. So I want to take a moment and invite you to look around and be glad, especially for the little wriggly ones and the ones that might be having their own dialogue tonight. We're really grateful for each of them. And as we look at these beautiful children around us tonight, I invite us to think of all the children in this world, many of whom on this particular night are not in a place of safety. Every child, every person, deserve safety and care, food and shelter, love and adventure, and to be nurtured to be anything they want to be. So a prayer is a deep ask, and tonight I invite you to offer up your silent prayers, that we do what we can to make this true for more children in our world. We are grateful to be gathered, and next week our community will get an email with some links on how to help families really in need in our world today. We hope that you'll contribute to that as well. So let us be grateful for this gathering.
Rise in body or spirit for the carol Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas. English and Spanish.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
The time that if you didn't get a candle when you came in, you should raise your hand, and someone back there, I'm sure, Eric or someone, will make sure you get one. Let's just take a moment. I had one, but if we could get one from Marina. One of mine was very delicately dissected. So it's a really important, there you go, Ed's going to bring you one. There we go. Thank you so much. So we're gonna this, because it's this service and so many of us are feeling wriggly, we do it this way. But this is an important ritual here, and so what we're going to do is we're going to invite you to turn your candles off for a minute. We're going to lower the lights a little bit. And then, as we begin to sing Silent Night, Marina is going to get the, yeah, that's true, I'm going to do that. Marina's going to, here, Marina, we're going to light your candle first. There we go. We're going to demonstrate that when someone touches your candle, you turn yours on. You got that? So we're going to take it from our light here. And as we conclude our service today, we invite you to hold all of this in your hearts and the beauty of this night. Thank you for being here.
Please rise in body or spirit for Silent Night.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon Virgin Mother and Child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon Virgin Mother and Child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Merry Christmas.